everybody, Unearthing Appalachia. We're back. I told y'all on the last video that I had some killer places coming up. Well, you see one of them. This is a brand new hole. Got Brian down there with me today. We come in light today. We brought a little sifter and just one shovel and one wiggle pick. We packed in light. We just want to sample it. But guys, there's no sampling needed on this place. Just laying on top of the ground, we have already found that flint, a mussel shell, and a piece of pottery. I mean, just literally laying right in here where he started digging at. And if you come over here, look at this big hole they've got ground out in the top of this rock. I cleaned it out. It was full of leaves and stuff. I want y'all to check this out. Let me go back here a little bit. You stand up here. This is looking down out of it. They had a natural source of water right in front of this, but I mean, check this place out. I have a feeling this is going to be our new dig in Kentucky for quite a while, guys. So I'm excited. I'm going to hop off here, get the digging, and hopefully we'll be back with a point or something cool to show you later. Alright guys, we're back. Like I said, I'd come back on here if we found something. I jumped in Brian's hole and just started wiggle picking and letting him sift. And he just now hollered up at me and said, I've got one. So we're going to go down here and check. We got our sifter hung down here so we don't ruin our overhang. Yeah, look at that. As you can tell, it's raining here. We're supposed to have a bad storm come in today. Yeah, man. That's awesome. Well, guys, we're going to hop off, get back to digging, and hopefully we'll be back with many more artifacts later. Alright guys, we're back. This one is not in the sifter. Me and Brian was walking around, we've dug just holes everywhere, just kind of sampling around. We know for a fact we're definitely going to dig this place, but right where Brian's at, you can see a little rock pile in front of him. He's pointing right at it. I walk, well, you got to kind of crouch down. But I walk back here and I want you to look at this. Just laying on top of the ground. There's animal tracks all around here. I'd say they probably scratched it out. Check that out. That's killer. Look at that big piece of flint he just rucked out back here.
Yeah, that's it. She's gonna be the next little hole to check.
Guys, I told you, this is going to really, well, you can see how brown it is. We're squatted down back in here, and there's a lot of digging. So guys, we're going to have a bunch of new videos coming up. So guys, we're going to hop off here and get back to digging later. Alright guys, we're back. I think Brian is running the last bucket of the day. Like I said, we just brought a little foot by foot sifter just to kind of sample with today, and we've already found enough to, we will definitely come back here. This will be our new dig until we get it dug out. But we kind of quit sifting there for a while and we just started wiggle picking. And you can see we've got all kinds of dirt broke loose, ready to sift once we bring our big sifter in. And we got tons more digging left. But guys, right here is what we're gonna go out with for the day. I just found this a little bit ago, wiggle picking. It's a big old spall of flint. And then a little pile of flint, mussel shells, pottery, and them 2 points for the day. So guys, I think me and Brian's gonna head back to my place. We've got sifters scattered all over this, from West Virginia into Kentucky. So we're gonna go make us a new one, and then on the next dig we're gonna bring it back up here, and we're really gonna move some dirt in. So guys, I'll catch you on the cleanup later. Alright guys, back with the cleanup here. And guys, I told you, I believe we found us a new awesome dig here in Kentucky. In some of my later videos, y'all had heard me talking about that I had some digs coming up here in Kentucky, and that was one of them. I've been talking to the landowner now for over about a month or two, and finally got permission to go in there. And you know, I really appreciate the landowner for letting us in. And guys, this is going to be probably we're going to find some good stuff out there. But as you see, we literally walked in there. We was just going to sample the overhang. There wasn't no need to even sample. I mean, we started finding flakes of flint laying on the ground. Piece of pottery we found laying. And I think a little small piece of mussel shell we found laying on the ground. But me and Brian, where we was finding the main bits of flint, Brian started digging and sifting, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna jump in the same hole he is and just wiggle pick, and you know, we'll just sift the dirt together. And we ended up coming out with this one first. Kind of a crude little point, but that's alright by me. It's a piece of artifact that gets to see the light of day again. History. And then we went on. I want you to look at some of these big chunks of flint that was coming out of there. Right here is a big old spall of flint that I dug up. It's crude flint, but it is. Then I was wiggle picking and rode this. This is an old crude busted tool. I mean, look how nasty this thing looks. And Brian had just got done sifting, and he went to take a little break. And I was like, well, I'm gonna walk back here to the back of the overhang. It starts getting lower, so you kind of got to get down on your hands and knees and crawl back. And I just happened to look, and in the video you'll see right where Brian was squatted down at, there's a rock pile in front of him. Off to the side of it, this was just laying on top of the surface. Looked like maybe something had got back there and scratched it out, but it had been laying there for a long time, because all of this right here was just green with like algae where the water had dripped on it. But that was an easy find. No digging necessary for this one. And a few little bits of pottery. That's all we found of pottery so far. And usually when we get into a good pottery site, we dig up. That's the most of what we dig's pottery. But we ain't found much this time. Mussel shell, so we knew that they was eating them like always. And guys, I hope y'all enjoy these videos, because I know where we'll be digging at now, unless we take a little break and go over to one of Travis's overhangs in West Virginia and hit it for a little while. But as of right now, I guess me and Brian and Travis, I talked to him last night, I guess we're going to start hitting this one pretty hard. But guys, like always, like, share, subscribe, pass this around, guys. Let's get this out there. I just love everybody seeing the artifacts that we dig. So guys, until the next dig, later.